know that you do not legally need a lawyer to write or probate a will? The procedure is quite simple, and the Canadian Legal Will Kit tells you exactly how to write your own will according to the law. It is fact. Young or old, married or single, widowed or divorced, everyone needs a legal will. It doesn't matter if your estate is large or small. Without a legal will, you don't decide who gets your estate. Most people do not consider writing a will until something happens. By then it's usually too late and your loved ones have to deal with the consequences. You can write your own will quickly and easily with the lawyer-approved Canadian Legal Will Kit. It will save you time and money on legal costs, and it will give you peace of mind knowing that your family is secure. Don't risk your estate. This is important. Have your final say with the Canadian Legal Will Kit and learn how to probate a will with the Canadian Legal Probate Book. You can do it. It is legal. The Canadian Legal Will Kit, only $29.95 plus tax and postage. Order yours today.
Hey everyone, it's me, the D-Roche, and welcome to another episode of the Retail ADV. I hope you filled out your Canadian Legal Will Kit. You're going to need it for this one. Right here is the Cherryhill Village Mall in London, Ontario, 2 years after being built in 1960. The Cherryhill Village community was a concept of Sam Katz. Katz immigrated to Canada after spending 5 years in a Nazi concentration camp. Sadly, most of his family did not survive. Upon arriving in Canada, Katz did not speak English. He also spent those first years in the unemployment line. That is where he met his future business partner, Ewald Beyerbaum. Together, they would form the construction firm known as ESAM. In 1960, ESAM would open Westown Plaza. It would feature 22 retail outlets, a Steinberg supermarket, Pro Hardware, a Bank of Nova Scotia branch, and a bowling alley. In 1963, the City of London would open a public library branch at the plaza. The library branch is still there to this day. The mall would allow the community to prosper. A gas station would open directly across the street from the mall, and in the years to follow, ESAM would construct 13 apartment buildings in the area. The village would now have a spa, a medical center, pools, tennis courts, and of course, the retail plaza. This ideal of everything being close by attracted many seniors to the area. Westown Plaza would also be known for housing the Bavarian Inn Tavern. This local watering hole was a favorite with Western University students, as seen in this photo from September of 1986. During the late 1970s, the plaza was enclosed and renovations took place. A Canadian Tire replaced the bowling alley as an anchor. The Canadian Tire would remain until the early 1990s when it moved to a bigger location up near Masonville Mall. Today, the anchor is home to a Shoppers Drug Mart. By 1989, ESAM had truly built a city within a city. The Cherryhill Village was now complete, and the mall would drop its name from Westown to Cherryhill to reflect that. Besides the name change and different stores within the mall, not much has changed since 1989. This brings us to September 2020. Me and the unnamed friend came to this mall with the expectation of it being old. Boy, were we not disappointed. The aesthetics of the interior scream late 1970s, with that classic mall vibe of brown floors, wooden benches, and planted potted trees. It also was a senior's paradise. When researching this mall, I reached out to the people in the London community, asking them for their favorite memories of the mall. One person called it God's waiting room, referring to the high amount of elderly people in this mall. They weren't kidding. Mall walkers were everywhere. The average shopper in this mall was easily over 65. In fact, as we were recording, a senior at a coffee table told us we needed his permission and everyone else's permission in the mall in order to record. If the floor was grass, he probably would have told us to stay off my lawn! The mall features many stores that cater to the older community as well. However, with the pandemic causing more and more stores to close, time will tell as to which stores survive in this mall. One feature I personally loved in this mall were the streetlight fixtures. It gave the vibe of shopping in a downtown core in the 1960s. A feeling of nostalgia for the seniors, I guess. Once the current Ontario lockdown has ended and malls reopen, I hope to refilm this mall in higher quality and provide an update on its current status. However, it is now time to leave this mall and head up the road to Kitchener in an evil car named Christine.
She lives.
What do you mean, came back?
She loves.
I'm sorry, Arnie, I can't.
She's a beauty.
I know you're jealous.
She's a beast.
The kid was cut in half, Arnie.
She's a killer.
The riot is over.
She's a 58 Fury. She's Christine.
You ain't mad, are you?
Christine. She's hell on wheels.
Starts Friday at the Frederick Mall Theater, Kitchener.
Credit goes out to the unnamed friend who brought the attention of this mall to me. This is Frederick Mall in Kitchener, Ontario. The first of its kind in the area, it opened as a plaza in 1955. It would be located next to the Waterloo House of Industry and Refuge, which locals referred to as the Poor House. Here is a picture of that facility as seen in 1867. It would be closed and torn down shortly after the mall opened. Unfortunately, I had a very hard time finding out information about the mall's history, only finding bits and pieces as well as memories from the Kitchener community. From what I have found out, the mall featured local stores, a small theater, a hardware store at one point, and a bowling alley, which was unattached to the mall. Again, I am hoping to do some more research on this mall as well as provide an update on its status later this year. Right here is a picture of the entrance to the theater from within the mall. The theater would close in August of 2019 due to what the owners claimed was a lack of customers. The mall is currently undergoing a massive renovation project. The exterior and entrances, which you saw in the previous photos, have been updated. Just remember though, you can't judge a book by its cover. So let's go inside and check it out. 1974 called, and it wants its brown back. Although this tile reminds me of an old Burger King, it's the wooden benches that cry out for somebody to sit on them. This is truly a local mall supporting the local community. With many local shops and few customers, me and the unnamed friend were once again in awe, as it seemed that this mall tried to bring the outdoors inside with the old town lighting on the wall. Ah, my favorite, Gospel Lighthouse. I guess the mall couldn't provide the beacon of success it needed. However, just like Cherryhill Mall, this mall seems to be another senior's paradise. This blocked-in area right here is where the former entrance to the mall theater used to be. It is currently unknown what the mall plans to do with that space. But with all the traveling today, I've decided maybe it's time to relax and head downstairs for a massage. This is not what I was expecting. Wood panels, wood doors, and that creepy feeling that this massage place might be one of those ones with a happy ending. All jokes aside, there really isn't a massage. I was wrong. Someone please tell me this is a joke. Now being completely creeped out, it's time for me to get the heck out of here and head down the 401 to the comforts of my home. From Kitchener, Ontario, this is the D-Rose saying, get your legal will kit today. See you in 2 weeks.